This is Fadi's. It's called Fadi's Mediterranean Grill. Fadi's puts on a line of food that you rarely see. The quality and the variety is extraordinary. Come on, let's have a look. Also, this is like having lunch at the United Nations. There's about one of everybody in here. So come on. Good morning, how are you? Hey, great. And how are you, sir? Good. Good. Good morning, hi, how are you? So, all of the different hummuses and baba ganoush over here and the different sauces, all of this is the Mediterranean diet. Now, the Mediterranean diet was designated as a World Heritage institution because of its diversity and because of how widely it's practiced by so many cultures over in that region. Also the fact that it's extremely healthy, very, very healthy. All of this stuff up to right about here is completely and totally vegetarian. This is one of the great places, by the way, in Houston. If you are vegetarian in Houston, if you don't know Fadi's, you probably do. But if you don't, this is the place to know. You make the corner over here, and we start to come into all the different meats, right? You can order lamb, you can order chicken right here. They'll grill it. You see they used to call them in Hispanic cultures, they would call them tacos árabes, right? Arabian tacos, right? And so the fellows here in front, they're ordering the meat. They'll give them a little number. They go to the table and they deliver it out to you. Couldn't be better. And over there we had a lot of raw foods, a lot of raw vegetarian foods. Over here the vegetables are cooked in various ways. You've got the different steaming going on, right? Some of that stewed eggplant there that's just outrageously good. There's a little bit of roasted chicken there in the back. And then we get down here to all the desserts, which are just outrageous. I have to close my eyes when I walk past the desserts, otherwise it wouldn't be pretty. So we're going to go get a tray and let's eat. There's a lot of mythology that has to do with our food. You know, and one of them I like to call the either or. It's the all or nothing mythology, right? We talk about, you hear people say, well, I've got to have my meat, got to have my beef. Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. Let's imagine a plate that is, this plate right here is a great example because it is covered with, there's no meat at all. It is all whole food, plant-based foods, right? Okay, so let's have a little adjusting dial here that goes from 0. Let's set it to 0 here, and 0 represents this plate. We start sliding that controller over toward 100, which is on the other end. If we slide it all the way there first, then this stuff disappears and the plate is suddenly covered 100% with meat, right? Okay, so somewhere in between 0 here and 100 where the plate is covered completely with meat, probably most of us eat somewhere in there, right? Now Texas, Houston particularly, we have a very strong meat culture, right? So you go at other great places in the world that have really strong meat-eating cultures. You talk about Spain, right? You go to Spain. Spain is a difficult place for a vegetarian. But coming back here to Houston, we have all kinds of wonderful resources that for a vegetarian to have plenty of variety, right? Well, the all or nothing myth in food is that, okay, well, I'm either going to be I'm going to be a hardcore meat eater, or I'm going to be hardcore vegetarian or vegan. I'm not fond of that all or nothing thing because what it does is it takes out the possible benefits of dialing back that meat by 5%, by 10%, 25%. If we dial back the quantity of meat on that plate, that is animal-based protein, right? And we replace it with whole plant-based foods, then we are receiving the benefit, the nutritional benefit of those whole plant-based foods in place of the detriment. Now research has shown, okay, before we jump in and say, oh, that's not detrimental. Yeah, well, okay, that's fine. I respect that opinion, but I don't share that opinion. And research doesn't share that opinion either. So if we assume that whole plant-based foods are beneficial to us, then then dialing back the amount of meat that we have on a plate and replacing it with those types of foods, whole plant-based foods, is good for us. It helps us live more fully now, and it alleviates the possibility that we will be, or it diminishes the possibility that we will be stricken with one of those deadly diseases that have been strongly linked to diet, and it is going to increase our quality of life later on. So yeah, so let's eat.